Right, so several weeks ago I sent away a box of computer parts to EEP386 on YouTube for repair, and yesterday I just got it back. As you can see from the postage, just for a standard post box, this is quite a distance, so I'm actually impressed that it made it this far intact. Usually boxes are pretty beat up. I work for my local post office, I would know. Fragile, that means do not abuse this box. To a postal worker, I would say that means kick it, but that's okay. Scratched out everything, and holy packing tape, Batman. This thing has about a half a mile of tape around it. I want to say most of this is the original tape that I put on it. I think all he did was put a band of tape on the top after he put everything back into it, but at any rate, I am dying to see what's inside this box, so let's give it a cut. Should probably use a sharp knife for this, but I'm feeling adventurous. I want to cut open the parts inside as well as the box. I'm doing this the best, most rightest way you ever could. And he's got a note in here that says, "Screw you, I don't like you. I love you too, buddy." I'll read this sometime later. Anyway, packing peanuts. Did you send it up packing peanuts? I think these are in the original box too. So, anti-static bags. Got... This should be the sound blaster. This should be, I think this is the ad-lib. Can't tell. Let's have a look. This would be the feature thing in this box that I really, really want to try. I managed to obtain several, I think about 2 months ago on eBay, I managed to obtain an original ad-lib, but it was in extremely bad shape. There were several shorted capacitors on it. It would not work. And it was like moldy. It had definitely been pulled out of someone's basement and thrown on eBay. Probably in the hopes of getting like $100, and I got it for like $40, but this is the now cleaned up ad-lib, and I would say he did a really masterful job on that. Brand new capacitors replacing the old ones here. He got the YM3812 on a socket for me. There's a socket under the amp chip if I can find it right here. It looks like it's in really good shape. There's no mold under here. He really did a really nice job on this, so I can't wait to try this out. You'll be seeing a lot of videos off of this real soon, I'm sure. This should be the Sound Blaster CT1350B, if I remember correctly. And this one had a shorted capacitor, but it still ran, but it was so quiet it was practically inaudible. The amplifier wasn't working or whatever. So he told me he got this one working. I believe this blue one is the new cap he put on there, and yeah, you know what? These two are definitely new too. So, and he cleaned this one up too. Looks really nice. I can't wait to try that too. That'll be fun. And some reworks because there were a couple of boo-boos during the process. But I'll tell you what, those reworks look pretty awesome to me. Oh well, at any rate, you'll be hearing a lot of those too, I'm sure. I plan on uploading a massive comparison video comparing all of the sound blasters I have, but that's going to take some time because I have to... Oh boy, I think I have about 20-25 different variants to try at this point, and I still don't have them all, so it's going to be quite some time before I can get that done. Not to mention all the requests I fell behind in. This should be the CT2230, but I can't quite get this open. Oh, here's one. There's tape on it. It would help if I cut the tape. There we go. Pull out the card. CT2230. This card, when I sent it, I sent two of these to him. One was shorted. This one was the one that was good, and he recapped the filter and a couple of other things on it. This chip features my favorite variant. It would be a CT1747 if it would focus on it. Oh well, I don't think I got enough light. and the CSP socket, so that'll be fun. And I don't think there's anything else underneath this. Cool. Just fragile. Good thing you had that on the inside of the box instead of the outside. That's good. Super fragile and real good. Alright, so this box can just... It's a big mess, I don't care. I'll vacuum it later. Whoops, I abused the box. And this is probably going to be cut. Yeah, where's my knife? This is a motherboard that I managed to snag off of eBay for just a few dollars because nobody was looking for it, I guess. He did some testing on it. He socketed the clock chip so I can replace it. And he also did a little bit of recapping since the original capacitors were still on there, and it was like a 10-year-old unused motherboard. And I'm not going to deal with having it fail right after I start using it, so... It's so much fun holding the camera doing this. Alright. And with that, we got more packing material. Excellent. I presume this came through intact then. And an anti-static bag. The main reason I wanted to do this is because my current board is an AT, I believe it's a baby AT board, but I had some issues recently that made me realize I really need ATX because I leave the room a lot, and if the computer has any problems, I can't afford to have it burning up while I do whatever I do and then come back and flip the power switch. So, ATX socket 7, and he really replaced a lot of capacitors here. This is also, I believe this is a new heatsink. The original one was silver, as I recall. Normal IDE ports, but that's a great placement for them. I believe this is the North Bridge. I'm not sure. I'm not really uppity too much on this stuff. Dip switches is one of the things I really liked about this motherboard. Instead of using jumpers for the configuration, you've got dip switches. That was pretty cool. There's some more dip switches up here too, right by the VRM and the parallel port. 4 ISA slots and 4 PCI. Obviously this one is a shared slot, so you can only have 7 devices total, but that's going to be fun because I can load these up with sound cards, do a whole bunch of them at once. That'll be awesome. And PS2 mouse and keyboard, so instead of having to put up with the 5-pin DIN keyboard, I can go with a PS2. That'll be pretty fun too. And he's already nicely preloaded this with, I presume, 64 megabytes of RAM, so I should be good to go. So the next couple of days I'll probably try this out and hopefully try these out too. But that's all for now. I guess you'll be hearing these later.